everybody, we're back with more Disco Elysium. I might try to do some more 3D at some point soon, but
there's still some unused change in there. The machine waits for a number to be dialed.
why can't I dial the library? I have to call the library. Wait, is this just open now?
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears.
One of the bug things I was supposed to check it.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Say nothing but the trap.
You set the apparatus back on the ground among the reeds.
Relay tower, coordinates boat traffic. Near the canal, near the boathouses west of the Fell building. Look, I still have a while to go before we can go talk to the guy, so. Go over here? Yes, I did. I am looking for both houses. Probably over here somewhere. Yeah, right there.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Okay, look around.
Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain.
The
This
trap.
trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Takes note more out of habit than duty.
Neither does the lieutenant. He just raises his collar. It's cold outside, as always.
And we go all the way back around. Because this one is out by the front where we came in. And check.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look
The
around.
reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city hums in the east. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
The lieutenant stretches his back.
Again, it's not like I have anything else to do. We have several more hours to waste until I can actually go back and try to progress the main story. I don't remember which way I have to go. Because this way.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out. Felt a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Okay, yeah, they were.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake in the lazily falling rain. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locusts.
Oh.
No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Probably wasn't the Phasmid, but still he needs to know.
We did sort of promise to tell them, didn't we?
There was like something up here that I could do. I can get in here somewhere. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else to do here. The dead body, but I need to call the library and the station. I have to mail the envelope. There's like a few other places I could go here, but... Okay, I can fast travel now too, so let's fast travel to here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox,
the radio.
and the soft...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Report a dead body.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle age, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped and fell and hit his head.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
Seems like it was an
No
accident.
field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
Boots, trousers, and a jacket. Found a library card.
Any information on the library card?
Central Jamrock Public Library.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking it.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue.
Cool.
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, connect me to the
Hold on,
library.
officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
I'm looking for any information on Billy Majon, reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're
Cool.
too poor to have a phone line.
Home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Wait. Okay, no, same building. Okay, I thought he was gonna say that it was the smoker on the balcony. I was like, what? Do you have any other info?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes. Okay, if it was the police, she starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
How did she know that it was the husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can she describe him to me?
Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you, that's all.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for
7,
now.
over and out.
In the cabin, you see
Okay. We have to go to there, and I can drop off the letter.
the dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito, bullet holes, and an RCM sticker.
Drop the white envelope into the mailbox.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like about a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug Everard. You know he's going
Exactly.
to play you somehow.
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
The box seems happy.
Alright, let's go. What's this? Oh, that's
This
just one of those.
coin-operated
Thought it was something on the floor.
Give me a moment.
I'm looking for Billy Majon. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find
The doors on the
Maisons
balcony.
in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup alongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
Discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Maison. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself.
Hey.
Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Any advice on how to tell her?
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
The lieutenant motions towards,
Hello? Who is it?
and someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Maison's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police. A moment, please. Give us a moment.
Give us a moment.
Tidying up, nervously.
Come in. The door is open.
I had a kid.
It's you from the book stand.
Oh, is this woman? Okay.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Condensation from stepping inside.
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
I mean, I guess he's kind of going to a hospital, but...
How about some small talk before you break the news?
You live here with Victor, your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
How old are your daughters?
Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
And where is everybody?
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is out.
She swallows visibly.
Oh.
He has a problem with drinking. And so he disappears every now and then.
I mean, something seems suspicious.
He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up.
What was he supposed to do in the library?
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective?
Was it the
Did
Tittle
he...
book?
Yes.
Remember what he was wearing?
His old leather jacket.
Can you describe it?
It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
No distinctive features?
No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
Did he make it to the library?
No. I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days.
And the name of the library?
Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayro Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if that's the one on Mayro.
It is.
There's something else.
She folds her hands across her chest.
How have you been?
How have I been? You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer?
Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask more.
Oh
Get
shit, I just got a
comfortable
negative
around
one.
her. She looks up, too anxious to say anything. I don't want
I'm
to.
so gonna fail. Wait, what?
There has been enough pain.
But we have to.
I don't want to do this.
There's a part of me refusing to do this.
Do what?
Officer,
Too late. You ruined it. Just say it now.
Your husband's dead.
Excuse me? What? What did you say?
She's in pain. She's in so much pain. And so are you. Your chest is burning.
we are very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead this morning on the Martinez boardwalk.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
I understand that this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. We are very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
What happened to him? Tell me.
And he fell and smashed his head on against the bench.
And you just found him there? Lying in the cold? How long had he been there?
It's hard to say.
She doesn't reply. Her eyes well up with tears as she struggles to keep it together. You hear the clock ticking in the children's room.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls. God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
Yes.
All right. I'll call them. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
For God's sake, lie.
He's at the morgue.
And who should I contact?
He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number, in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still a bit...
Right, that's okay.
Again, if there's anything we could do for you, then don't hesitate to call the RCM, ma'am.
Well, that was brutal.
She just nods, distant and inconsolable. The bed springs rattle beneath her as she begins to shake.
I'll take it from here. Thank you.
We should step outside and talk. So, the death notification.
That did not
Well,
go...
No,
yeah.
it didn't.
I know I fucked up.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case. There's nothing more we can do here.
I would book Ellie and her
There's
kids.
not much we can do for them anymore, I'm afraid.
Okay then.
Officer, I've seen worse. This wasn't the worst I've seen, okay? Now let's go.
You should return to the boardwalk now that the body has been taken away. There's something you need to see.
What do you
A
mean?
little something that your visual cortex has put together while you were away. Oh no, it's one of those show, don't tell things, isn't it? You can just stop by whenever you're close. It should be quick enough.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I have to go talk to Everett. And I can talk to this guy. Okay.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
It's so low. Okay, we're gonna go talk to... the dude over here. Whew.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
But what
Oh,
about the
sweetie,
traps?
I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
This is okay, so that is a white check, so that's good. You never told me you've seen a
You don't
phasmid.
want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Sorry, Max is just asking what I want for lunch.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Where and how old?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Okay.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
Hey, what happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
And
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
And how big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an
Tell me about
impossibly
some cool
sunshiny
cryptids.
day. So warm.
There's really no
Nice.
point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Cryptid extravaganza, I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Is this a cryptid? Point to the tie.
No, it's the cryptid.
Okay, what is this bird?
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until
it was sighted by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty. But, of course, you are not all-knowing.
Okay, I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
Wamrau is...
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up.
Okay, what happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
He was following it?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon
this
wall
sounds like
where
folklore.
the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its
sandwich.
wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist.
Watch out.
Then, the Tetatorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
Why?
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back. Every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uva spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
How did he survive to tell the story?
The 8-eyed Tetatorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
And I picked the middle one.
Yes, way, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
He's sincere. He likes the audacity of it.
That was the last anyone saw of it?
Sadly, yes, but there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too.
I mean, skulls though could be
eyes.
fossils, and then, you know, dinosaurs came from, or dragons are thought to have been thought up of because of dinosaur fossils, so.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know?
Okay.
Of course, dear.
Ooh.
Ha ha! Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
Okay, let me talk to him first.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
I mean, I can retry it, so.
That shirt looks very
Nice.
uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath. It sounds like he's wearing some kind of armor under his clothes. You can't tell it's there just from looking at him. Probably stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
So you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehoods, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once. Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
Give me the armor.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put the clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly.
You know who killed the hangman?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
This is all he knows.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is modest, it's normal size.
Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad, small church song. Duh. Thought it was obvious.
I could sing something happy.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
Okay. It looks like a straitjacket. I need authority is what I need, but I can't get it. What if I... I should unlock another one of these, though. don't know if I want to internalize either of these, but...
Good to see you again, officer. So
Checked
what
all
do
the
I...
traps.
Good. Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
There's one at your campsite. Does that factor
I
in?
definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
And it's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true.
I appreciate your concern, officer, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Ooh. Sure.
You have your suspicions,
I
but
feel...
nothing you can form into a viable explanation.
I'm thinking I'm just not sure that it was the phasmid that took the locust.
Really, officer? We can take it from here.
Yes, sweetie, we've already taken too
Okay.
much of your time.
At least that was a white check. Okay, we still have some time to spend. I'm gonna be right back though, guys. I gotta run to the bathroom, so hold tight and I will return.